2020, bitches. Hey, what's up, you guys? It's Audrey, and today I'm going to be welcoming in the new year, 2020. It got here a lot faster than I thought it would. Caught me a little off guard, but we're not gonna let that affect the new year. We are going to still bring it in with a little tradition that I actually started last year. This will be my second year doing it. I'm going to be making a vision board for 2020. If you guys don't know what vision boards are, they are extremely cool. I bet everybody's kind of heard of them. Basically, vision boards go hand in hand with law of attraction. I am so big on law of attraction. I plan to make videos on that in the future just because it is something that has impacted my life in such a positive way that I just want to share it with all of you guys. Vision boards are so personal. Like, you can personalize them however you want. There's not one right way to do it. There's not a wrong way to do it. It's whatever feels right for you. You can get a big poster board. Personally, I like to print out pictures that represent my goals, and then also I like to print out quotes that will kind of set the tone for the year. Through the month of December, I've just been looking through Pinterest, of course, where else would I look, and I've been making a 2020 board. I've just been putting a ton of images that represent my goals for 2020, a bunch of quotes, and I printed them out today, just picked them up. But before we get into making my vision board for 2020, I want to show you guys my vision board from last year, which was for 2019. Getting a little bit further into vision boards, it is insane what they do, like, and how well they work. Basically, the whole purpose is to help you visualize your goals, because if you are subconsciously always thinking about a goal that you are trying to reach, your mind is going to push you in that direction without you even knowing. It's going to help you make choices that will bring you closer to your goal without you even really having to think about it, because the subconscious mind is incredible. It's always working, but there's no way for us to really access it. So it's really nice to have something that can influence our subconscious that is literally always running, so we can kind of give it some direction. Really nice to have something like this that kind of reminds you what track you're on and what you really want from life. It's even crazier to have a vision board and then slowly see things like come true in real life that you put on your vision board that maybe you forgot were even on there, you thought were absolutely impossible. Okay guys, it's like actually crazy looking at it because so many things on here came true, and I think that is insane. But here is what my vision board looked like for 2019. I have a couple quotes, mostly pictures, but I will explain them. First off, I want to start with the things that came true. On here, I have travel, and like tropical places. I really wanted to go to Hawaii. Really wanted to go to Hawaii. I had never been to Hawaii before. I made this end of December, and January, very end of January, my mom, out of nowhere, was just like, oh, by the way, next month we're going to Hawaii with the family for a trip. What are the odds? I had never even heard her mention going to Hawaii before. We had never talked about it. Our family hasn't traveled since I was like 13. That was just one of the first crazy things that happened. Second thing I want to talk about, so this, have my own car and apartment. Apartment, not yet. It actually almost happened, but I'm glad it didn't. Not gonna get into those reasons, but I'm really glad it didn't. So even though having my own apartment was on the list, it wasn't the right thing for me at the time, and luckily I knew that and I realized that, so I wasn't super upset and like distraught about it. Because I always like to say, view rejection as redirection. Maybe that thing that you think you really want isn't actually going to make you happy like you think it will. And so when that thing all of a sudden becomes something that you cannot attain, that is making you think about other things, and it's pushing you in another direction for a reason. So rejection, redirection. Got it, guys? Let's keep that in mind. I totally forgot to mention somehow that I actually bought 2 cars in 2019. So have your own car definitely came true for me. Now I have a nice car that won't break down on me like the first car I bought in 2019. That one did come true, and I just wanted to put that in there because for some reason I forgot to say it. So down here I put film more, which, oh, Hi, sun. Thank you so much for this fabulous lighting. Basically, I got a film schedule, so I post every Tuesday and Friday now, which for some reason, back when I didn't have one, it seemed so unattainable and so hard for me to really figure that out and make it work with my schedule, but I finally did. Been doing that for a good minute now. This picture represented kind of coming into my own style and revamping my wardrobe so that my clothes actually portrayed who I am. I got rid of everything in my closet, absolutely everything. I was gonna film a video on it, but then it got so overwhelming I didn't. I got rid of everything and I got all brand new clothes, obviously over time, like I didn't just do it all at once, but now I am pretty happy with my wardrobe and I feel like it really represents me a lot better. That was something that also seemed really overwhelming thinking about, but just the fact that I was always subconsciously thinking about it, it helped me figure it out without even really having to think about it, which was insane. Just to prove these things work, you gotta try one. Then right here, this one is one of the coolest ones. It's also one of the ones which isn't so literal. Sometimes the things you put down come true in not as literal of a sense. This is Taylor Kate. She is kind of the first fitness influencer that I really started following. She's so beautiful. I recommend following her on Instagram if you want some good fitness inspo. I mean, at the time it represented this is what I wanted to look like, but also what I didn't realize is behind looking like that is also the work ethic, the workouts in the gym, the diet, everything like that. And I have learned so much this year to get me closer to looking like that. I now work out, I lift, I actually have a routine. I bought her workout plan. She actually has one, which was so useful for when I was just starting out and didn't know where to start. Also recommend checking that out. It's amazing. Loved it. And that kind of brings me down here to this corner, which I put live healthier and then some like healthy foods. And along with that, like, yes, I am taking nutrition in college. I think I've decided that's what I want to get my degree in. I am now vegetarian. I was vegan for a little bit there, but that was a little bit too hard. I'm glad I gave it a try though. But I am vegetarian now, which goes into living healthier, which I'm super happy about. And then I'll just kind of explain a couple of the other things. I just have some quotes like celebrate every tiny victory. That's really important. We forget to do that. Be the energy you want to attract. Become the you of your dreams. And then also you're probably wondering like what the people are. So my life is Ava. Right before making this vision board, I actually watched her a lot and all of her like Hawaii vlogs. But that's part of the reason I wanted to go to Hawaii. I just love her energy and like what she stands for, and I really wanted to be a little bit more like her. And then I have Ariana Grande on here. I am just a big Ariana Grande fan and she's kind of a role model. So you can also just put pictures of role models because you look up to them and they inspire you. So that's that. And then also Dove Cameron. I love Dove Cameron, so of course I put her on here. I love the energy she gives off and the vibes and all that great cheesy stuff, you know. And it was just really crazy to see everything kind of fall into place. Okay, so now, without further ado, now that you've seen what 2019 looked like, we're gonna get started on 2020. I'm gonna put it together off camera just because when I am putting something together like this, I really like to think about what each thing actually means and kind of set an intention for each picture, so I'm not just slapping a bunch of pictures onto a board, you know, then it won't get the same effect. It's kind of funny because it's like 2020 vision board. What do we think? Okay, I'm gonna go. I'll be right back. Okay guys, I'm back. Not gonna lie, that took a long time. Okay guys, here is my vision board for 2020. I really love how it turned out. It is kind of a lot different than my last one. The aesthetic has changed. But let me go through some of the things for you guys. We have a ton of quotes on this board this year, so let me read the quotes to you because honestly I feel like they're the most important part of my board this year. Fall in love with the process of becoming the very best version of yourself. I love that because I always love to say that I am a project I get to work on every single day, and I get to mold myself into whatever I choose to be, you know? It's a really fun process, like getting to work on yourself all the time. You just have to realize it. So I really love that quote. And then another one, remember why you started. So when I start to lose motivation or like my spark about something, I always like to think back to that original feeling I had when I first started, whether it's like working out, YouTube, really anything. I just feel like that applies. Another one down here, grateful for where I'm at, excited about where I'm going. It's really important to be thankful for how far you have come, just because I feel like it's easy to forget that you aren't where you were a year ago, and even the tiniest successes are still successes. So remember to congratulate yourself. Even if you don't feel like it's a big accomplishment, it is in the long run. The harder you work for something, the greater you'll feel when you achieve it. So I really love that, because it's easy to give up because something's hard and feel like you're never going to actually achieve that thing. But it just makes it all the more worth it in the end. Kind of a self-explanatory quote there. Then the last one is, you will never always be motivated, so you must learn to be disciplined. Motivation is temporary. You are not always going to be motivated. That's where discipline comes in, and that's something that you teach yourself. But the good thing about having to teach yourself that is once you do, it will stick with you for longer amounts of time. I'm still working on that, which kind of brings me to one of the points I want to cover, which down here is 5 a.m. And I actually wrote some things on my vision board. I just felt like it was a little empty, so I decided to write things to fill up some space. So next to that, I wrote follow a routine every morning, and then 5 a.m. One of my goals for the new year is to actually wake up early. I hate sleeping in and then being stressed all day because I have so many things to do that I don't get done because I ran out of time. Speaking of 5 a.m., that actually is a little bit of a hint towards one of the videos I'm going to be posting in January, so stay tuned for that. I'm really excited to be filming that. Here I have a picture of the Eiffel Tower and a little couple in front of it, and then I wrote travel often, and I would love to go to Paris with a special somebody, so that would be fun. That's on my list. Okay, next to it, I just have a picture that kind of represents fitness and eating healthy, and it's kind of motivation. I really want to work on getting a more toned stomach this year. That's something I've always really wanted, and that's something you really have to work hard for, so I really gotta give it my all if I want that. This was actually on my last vision board. I didn't show it. I think I just forgot, but I basically photoshopped, I don't know if you guys can see it, I photoshopped a YouTube subscriber plaque to say my channel username on it, just as like kind of a visual motivation. I don't think subscribers really matter, you know, to me. I mean, I've been making videos since I was like 10. Obviously, the subscribers don't matter to me. I'm just doing what I love doing. It would be nice to know that I have a following that appreciates what I'm doing and looks forward to it, you know? And then, of course, we have Dove and Ariana, just my two kind of role models. And then here I have a camera and a book. This kind of is like a two-in-one. I want to start reading more. And then the camera, of course, because I want to always be improving my videography. And I really want to push myself to release better content always. That's something I'm always working on, always learning. So of course that's on there. And I just wrote quality content, period, above it. And then I just have this picture of this like Insta baddie, and that kind of represents one, clothing. Like I always want to be looking presentable. I want to be fashionable. And also just her attitude in the picture. She just knows like she's a baddie. Like she's confident, and that's what I want to work on, is confidence. And also her body, fantastic. So another little fitspo right there. So right here I just wrote views, and I don't know if you guys can see that. And the view is just of these beautiful skyscrapers. It's in like a very city setting, and that is just a dream of mine, is to live in a city, not even permanently, just for like a year, just to experience it. I love the feeling of living in a city, and that comes from someone who lives in Utah, so come on. Like, just let me have it just once, please. I just want to experience it. So that is just motivation to always work hard, because maybe eventually I will get there. Right here I wrote living space inspo. I just have like some inspo for like a kitchen, a living room, a bedroom, which is absolutely gorgeous. Can you guys see that? Like, look at the ceiling. It's such a pretty bedroom. I still have a goal to move out. I am 18, so it's like, you know, it's time to move on. It's time to get my life started. So I would really be down to move out and have my own place. So that's the inspo. And then down here we just have Dove and Ariana again because love them, so cute. So yeah guys, that is everything on my board. I hope you guys enjoyed watching me. I hope you guys get inspired to make one of these for yourself. It really kind of forces you to think about, what do I actually want? Like, what are my goals for the year? And they don't have to be so specific that you're like freaking out because you feel like you're not reaching them. I just feel like this is a better way of setting goals, because again, it is subconscious and it's not something that you have to stress out over because you feel like you're failing at it. I will also be posting a video pretty soon here. I'm not sure what it will be called. It'll be something along the lines of how to go into the new year with a positive mindset and kind of stuff like that, because everybody wants to start the new year. My dog is snoring. Iris, don't snore. Because everybody wants to go into the new year with a fresh mindset, a positive mindset, because that is the only way you will achieve your goals. So leave some comments if there's any videos you want to see from me, whether it's related to the new year, whether it's related to a totally different topic. Whatever you want to see, let me know. I want to film as much as I can for you guys, and I want it to be stuff that you guys actually want to watch. So let me know. I had so much fun. This is one of my favorite traditions now, and I'm glad that I got to share it with all you guys. So feel free to check out some other videos on my channel. Check out my links in the description. I post every Tuesday and Friday, give or take a couple days, and that's all for this one. I'll see you guys in the next one. Bye!